Welcome to a new episode of Hacks and Hobbies with your host, Junaid Ahmed.
Hey. Thanks for tuning back in. Today's August 28th, still the same day. It's 7:41 p.m. This is the second episode for today. Um, just returning from the amazing Success Achievement Convention conference. There were a lot of speakers. There was a total of 6,500 to 7,000 people. 6.5 to 7,000 people at the venue, Eagle Bank Arena. It was my first time there, and just amazing content, amazing performances. The first person to go up was Joseph Clendon the third, and he talked about being um, or have worked with Tony Robbins for a long time. He's created many businesses and many successful businesses essentially. He talked a lot of good stuff. I took tons of notes, so I'll have to just go through the notes, listen to the audio, take some more notes, and report back of what they were talking about. He did promise that he was going to send out his PDF or the presentation that he gave up there on the stage. Second person talked about real estate. It was can't remember his name, but I took notes. But the main two people I want to talk about again is Gary Vaynerchuk and Tony Robbins. Gary was phenomenal. He, of course, came on the stage after three opening acts. The first one was Joseph. Second one and third one I can't remember the names of. And then fourth one was Gary V. Just before lunchtime. And then Gary also had, after his main keynote, he then had a question and answer session. So I quickly went, grabbed some food. I did bring some Cliff Bars with me, so I was okay. And soon after Gary V was done with his QA, there was a lunch break, which didn't last too long. It was about 50 minutes lunch break. After that, another person came on. He talked about his life, and uh, this gentleman is responsible for the millionaire mindset. And he talked about how mindsets are the biggest issues that we have when we look at any solution. The biggest problem that we all face and would like to have more of is time and money. And it was pretty good. And then Tony Robbins came on around 1 p.m. No, 2 p.m. And he went on for a straight 4 hours. And even now, when I was leaving at 7:15, 7:20, he was still up there talking. So I missed the last portion of what who he was talking about. But he was just amazing. The energy that he brought to the stage, the energy he brought to the audience, getting everybody up, shaking their entire bodies, changing the state, and bringing in lots and lots of emotion into the the arena. It was it was just amazing. I I'm I feel drained from all of that excitement. In the moment, you're in it and you exude all of that excitement. And of course, you learn to change your state. to change your mindset and how to do all of that. Of course, if you want more of Tony Robbins, you have to attend his Get the Edge program, or um, he's got some other programs as well, which are just phenomenal. Now, Tony Robbins has the kind of energy where he just keeps on going. He's like, 4 hours is short for me because he does 50 hours events where, he's talking for 3 days constantly and getting people to uh, pull out all of that energy from their minds. Because one thing that's sticking around with me is he's talking about how there's waves in the air, and you can look into a box and tune into those waves and channels and understand what's happening. Now imagine that there's waves like that all around the earth for centuries, and these waves are essentially absorbed by our brains, and you can mimic them. And these waves mimic emotions like being happy, being sad, being angry. And if you think about it, you can essentially let go of these emotions and bring yourself to a state consciously where you would like to be. Because nobody likes being sad, right? So anytime you're feeling sad or angry, you can think about it from an open mind perspective of what is what is that emotion doing to your state? What are you doing with your body? What are you doing with your face? How are you acting, and what's your demeanor? And I'm sure you've heard of Tony Robbins before, and this was just experiencing him live in person was an amazing experience. It I did take a lot of notes. I wrote down questions and answered those questions for myself, and how I can grow myself and what I need to do to change my state, to change um, the different problems and issues that I might be facing, that I am facing, let's say, right? So it was really great. It was amazing. You keep saying those words: amazing, great, just fantastic and fascinating. Um, if I do get a chance in the future to attend a 3-day seminar with him, I would love to do that, to see what more I can extract from my own mind and write it down on paper. I guess one thing I can absolutely do is take massive action right now, that have a change of state, take a massive action. And my way of doing a massive action was to do this podcast, do this episode, and talk about what I learned and what I felt. One of the most interesting things that Tony says, and it's known to everyone, he said, knowledge does not equal, or information does not equal knowledge. You have to do something with that information for it to become knowledge. And for that knowledge to affect any change, you have to take massive action. And I think that there's so many things that we know that we should be doing. There's so many things that we know that we should be doing, but we don't end up doing because we're either afraid or are either scared. It's just hmm, it's just hard for people. So some of the things that he started with was there's three types of masteries you can do to be successful. One is cognitive mastery. Understand it. Understand what you're learning and what it can do for you. The next one is emotional mastery. Feel what you're changing, feel what you're understanding, and how it will affect. Of course, I'm not going to do as good a job as Tony Robbins explains it in his 4.5 hour long talk. It starts with just listening to the man, and he's got so many stories, right? These stories link all of these different things that he's talking about. And how did he get there was just amazing. He's read over probably 1,500 books. He says he lost count. He said that he read 750 books in 7 years, which enabled him to get to where he is. One thing that I absolutely agree with is the more good you put in, right? The more good stuff you put in your head, the more good will come out. And with me reading books and listening to them via audio is just one way that I know that's convenient, that I can put good shit, good stuff in my head, absorb, 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 and then I can give back. I can give back to the community, I can give back in dividends. It's just amazing what you can do with information and how it can make you grow. The third item he mentioned in the mastery area was physical mastery, meaning doing it and doing it consistently. And I probably talked about in one of my LinkedIn videos that to do anything, to make anything a habit of your own, you need to do it consistently without breaking a sweat. And once you've got a system going, you just keep doing it. And what that does is it makes you better at it. You understand your words, you understand what's happening in your mind, you're putting it out there for people to digest, for people to dissect, and it just helps you grow to become a better person. So that's what I'm planning on doing is do a podcast every day and talk about what's going on in my head, what's going on with these hacks and these hobbies, and how I'm using these hobbies to alleviate some of my pains and alleviate or grow myself as a better individual, better Muslim, better person, better father, and better husband. Better husband should probably come first, but you cannot be better at anything till you are a better person yourself. And one thing that Tony Robbins mentions is that when you get on the plane, and we've all gone on planes, we all get that same security message. Not the security, but the intro is like, anytime there's a turbulence, there will be masks dropping in from the top. And what they tell you is that to put on your own mask first. Not your kids, not somebody who cannot put their own mask, but your own mask so you can get oxygen and then you're able to help others get oxygen. So the key is to get oxygen, get fulfillment, so then I can help others fulfill. And that's my goal in life. Till the next episode, I will go more into details about what happened um, and what we were talking about or what we were consuming and essentially receiving from these masters of information and passion. Thank you guys for listening. Till next time.